Okay, I'm going to try a different angle here. You might be able to see this. I finished up the other side of the port here a little bit. So now I'm going to try to work on this side here. You can see how deep my finger is down there in that hole. It's a big hole in there. So hopefully this thing, you can see a little bit as I'm grinding. I can't cut that all out because I don't have all the material here to work with. All that grinding right there, I didn't open up the port yet. Now I'm at my first of the line. Now I'm going to sink it down just slightly. So there's a big hump in there you take out. That's what I just did. See, I rock my arm around a little bit. And you're kind of too far back to see. You pull back a little bit, you can see the how you got to move your hand around to get the angles as you go around the port. You're doing this. See where I'm at here. That's pretty good right there. I'm deep enough right now. Switch cutters to my fine one. Alright. Alright, you can see how all this area here I took out. I'm down to my red spot under here. Got most of it away, but not all of it. A little bit more than what I did on this side. I'll go back and recut that side. Like I said, you gotta go back and forth on these things. So most of this hole right now down here on my fingers is shot out because this is all smooth in. There's just a very small amount of dip. So I took that crown out that was in there. So once the air comes past your intake manifold, it drops down into a downhill flow right into your bow bowl. So it hits this bowl at a downhill angle. It comes up right through and flows right out the top, right in your head where you want it. So that's what you're trying to do. So anyway, you can see how it's just barely touching over here, right there. It's just barely touching. And it's still a little bit low right here, so I'm going to blend this to here a little bit. And work that in a little bit. Get back where I had this over here. Once again, you can't really see what I'm doing. You kind of look at how I work my hand, how I do my angles and stuff. So you gotta make sure you don't cut no more deeper here because we're already where I want to be. So I change my angle slightly uphill and start grinding more I want to. And you look at the finish because the finish is different. to get my two radiuses lined up in there we talked about earlier. This is a big radius cutter here, so I can go through the whole port without digging in. There's a fine line between cleaning up the hole and making the hole deeper. And right now I'm having my doubts on which one I'm doing. Not really removing much metal, but it doesn't take much to put metal where you don't want it. Yeah, we're pretty even. You know, you can mask all this by running a bunch of sandpaper through and hiding everything, but you can't hide your finger going across and feel all the waves. You just make it so you can't see it as easy. The finger doesn't lie. Alright. Real tricky to get that out. Alright. Actually kind of made it a little bit worse in one spot. I dug in. Overall it's pretty smooth. You're probably trying to make something better, you make it worse. That's what porting is all about. See that shiny spot right there? That's a low dig-in spot. Trying to make that more even radius, and that's where the other radius comes in from this other side pretty heavily, and it dug in right there. It's only about 10 thou deep, but when everything's so smooth you can really feel it. So it's hard to get this area through here real nice and smooth. It's just uneven. I come back from the other side and work more with this other side and blend it. So getting this guide here so it smooths real nice. It's hard to do too. Stop guide boss comes all the way out, and I cut a bunch of this out. Alright, you kind of get an idea. See, every angle you look at it, it's smooth. You run your finger down, there's just no lumps anywhere. That's what you're after. So I'll go back on this other side, which is pretty good, but I'll touch it up a little bit. Then we'll go back on the other side over here and do it from that side. And I got to flip it over and do this side here. I'll show you what I do on that. So try to anyway. So I'm going to do a little bit of handwork done on the side now.